Hello YouTube, it has been a while, 3 years precisely, since I uploaded my last videos on this channel, and I'm here making a video today because I, one, want to start making videos again and start doing the whole YouTube social media thing. I don't know if I call it like that thing, but yeah, I want to start doing that again. I wanted to make this video to kind of like, one, sort of give a very high level on the 3-year gap, but also talk about the new direction for this channel because it is very, very different, and why that is. Like, this is probably like the 6th or 7th attempt that I've had at posting a new video on this channel. There was a huge decline in my mental health, like massive. You know, and that was a really scary time, a really, really mad time, coming to terms with a lot of things. All the work in Coaction Collective and all the mental health stuff and whatever, that was kind of like really building to that, right? That was the precipice. Whereas I went through things very vocally and transparently on social media and talking about it, there was a point where I couldn't anymore. I couldn't talk about it except for my closest friends, because it was a lot. Maybe I'll talk about it more in the future, but right now it's not as important to me anymore, and that's really refreshing. Talking about mental health and talking about positivity and things like that, I really enjoyed that part of my life, but it's just not where I'm at now, and it doesn't resonate with me anymore. And I feel like every single time I've tried to come back on YouTube, it's been trying to create videos like that. It's been trying to create videos that I feel like is the only videos that I can create, because that's how I started the channel. It was all about, go live your destiny, go do this, go do that, go do the other. But I wasn't doing those things myself. I was just trying to tell everybody else how to live their life. And not really doing it myself. And I think a lot of the way those videos were almost like self-therapy. It was just trying to like get a message out to myself of just like, dude, go live your passion, go have fun, go do this, go do that. And I feel like at the age of 30, I've kind of finally got that message. This is why I'm sat here today. I want to create YouTube videos and content on the things that I never thought I could create content about, because that's just not for me. And that's what my head would always say. That's not for me. That's not interesting. You've got a bigger purpose in life. All of this nonsense, right? The thing that I care about is actually really, really quite simple. I'm a massive nerd. I love film. I love TV. I love games. I love that kind of culture, and I want to talk more about it. Oh, and tech as well. Tech on the side. Maybe a bit of philosophy here and there, but mainly sort of film, TV, games, tech. That's really what I care about. I've been denying myself that for such a long time. I almost created this separate version of myself that was just like, no, you know, this is what you're going to do. You don't have time for this. You need to go and tell people how to run their lives and things like that. And don't get me wrong, like, that was beneficial for a lot of people. And there's a lot of people that have, I've heard amazing stories of people that went kind of through that journey with me, and it helped them, and that's amazing. But now it's just about like, to stop firefighting, man. Like, to stop firefighting and just have fun. Like, that's all it comes down to. And for me, this stuff that I want to talk about is fun. I just want to give myself that space right now to say, you know what, pop that, do that, start taking the channel in that direction, and just see what happens. See where it goes. The other thing that I want to mention is I'm not going to be putting anywhere near as much pressure on myself to get videos out like twice a week or once a week or anything like that. I know that's really good for YouTube and it's really consistent for the algorithm and stuff like that, but it's important that I don't turn this into some kind of like my next business venture or project or whatever, because that just creates so much friction when trying to make stuff. And I've noticed it, because when it gets to that point, I just cut out completely. I stop creating, I stop expressing, and I don't want that, because creation and expression is such a big part of my life. Even just making this video now, when the inspiration struck for it, it was like, wow, yeah, it felt right. It felt good, and it feels good to be sort of talking again. I mean, I'm getting so excited that, taking it out on the microphone, but that's really what I just wanted to say. And it feels good to draw a line under the sand with that, because line under the sand, line through the sand. That's what I meant to say. The other thing that I will say is, in the background, alongside, if you've followed me on Instagram or whatever, you'll know I was a big lover of making music. And I'm excited to say I'm making music again. And in fact, I've been making music for a while, and I plan to release the slew of random stuff that I created over the last couple of years in like a playlist in SoundCloud, alongside a new track that I've been working on called Nerd, which is nearly there and I will release at some point. I think that's about it. If you've watched this entire video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like, genuinely. I didn't want to do a rug pull. I didn't want to take your subscription and your attention for granted and just say, oh, well, you were subscribed to me, so I'm doing this now. So, and almost like pretend that none of that stuff happened, because it did happen. That phase of my life did happen. So it's about honouring and acknowledging it and just sort of setting a path going forwards. And that's what this is all about. I've got some kind of gaming content in mind, just more like conversations and talking about like certain games that I enjoy and things like that. But also I want to try out reviews as well. So Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out next week. I really want to do a review for it. I think it would be a good one to kind of do, and maybe just talk about Marvel itself. Drop a comment, say who you are, say, how you're getting on and stuff like that. It'd be really cool to reconnect with the community. I know it was pretty mad back in the days when Danny and I were running Coaction. It would be lovely to hear from you guys. If you're new, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you haven't seen me before, drop a subscribe if you're into film, TV, games and stuff. And then if you're interested in the music side of things, I will chuck a SoundCloud link to my music, which is kind of here, there and everywhere, but that's another journey I'm going on. But yeah, no, sorry. Thank you. What am I saying? Sorry. Thank you for your time. This feels really good to make, and yeah, let's see where we go from here.